Right now on IUSTV News, No Kings protests are happening across the country, including right here in Bloomington. Protesters share why they're calling for changes in government leadership.
Plus, Bloomington's new budget just passed, but not everyone's on the same page. Here's why council members say they're losing trust in city leaders.
But first, after more than 150 years, the Indiana Daily Student is ending its print newspaper, while you'll no longer find papers in campus stands.
And it's starting to feel like fall, but will the temperatures stick around? I'll have the forecast coming up.
We start IUSTV News with a big change for IU's student newspaper, the Indiana Daily Student. From now on, the paper will no longer be printed. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dana Belmer.
And I'm Roma Ehrig. This decision from the media school comes just a day after IU fired the student media director. The university is calling it a business decision after they paid off nearly $1 million of IDS debt last year.
But IDS editors say it's censorship. Our Mike Badrov has more on the story.
The IU Media School is now under national scrutiny after the administration fired its student media director Jim Rodenbush and cut print for the IDS newspaper. The IDS editors say the changes violate their editorial independence, and I sat down with Jim as he explains their surrounding claim of censorship.
So they can make budget decisions, they can make logistical decisions regarding distribution of the paper, but both of those things have to be content neutral. And the minute that it became about content, you're censorship. That's what's happening.
The dispute has reached a national level of coverage, with some saying it is a direct attack on student journalism. Editors-in-chief of the IDS, Mia Hilkowitz and Andrew Miller, say they hope for a complete reversal of the cuts made and want their voices to be heard.
We're hoping that the media school rescinds its directive to cut print entirely. We hope to get back to the 7 special editions that were agreed to for the semester. We hope to see the media school rescind Jim Rodenbush's termination. We hope to see the media school rescind its directive that trying to tell us what we can and cannot print. And most of all, we want to be at the table in future discussions.
IU administration framed the change as a business decision, with IU Chancellor David Reingold saying the decision is centered around the medium of distribution and not editorial content.
It's irrational to say, we're going to decrease your deficit by removing a profitable product for you.
Yes.
In fact, that would increase it.
There has been no announcement of a plan from the media school to reverse the changes made. But on Monday morning, Dean Dave Wilczynski announced the formation of a new task force of students, alumni, and staff dedicated to ensuring the independence and financial sustainability for student media at IU.
You just keep circling the drain and doing the same playbook over and over again. Like, in terms of committee reports, we've had more than one committee report. We've had more than one committee. We've had all the letters from the editor. We've had all the responses from the deans. Like, at the end of the day, there has to be like a decisive decision made.
While the future of print at the IDS remains uncertain, we will continue coverage of the ongoing debate as more information becomes available. For IUSTV News, I'm Mike Badrov.
There has been no word yet on whether the media school will reverse the changes. As this story continues to develop, you can follow the latest updates on our website. And for more content, visit us on Instagram at IUSTV News for daily coverage.
A former IU men's basketball player and radio commentator was arrested on October 9th. 54-year-old Todd Leary was charged with 10 felony counts, 5 of which are for fraud and the other 5 are for theft of property. Leary played for IU from 1989 to 1994 and was part of the 1992 Final Four team. He is facing up to 20 years in prison with a $100,000 fine if convicted of all charges.
A Bloomington woman is facing felony charges after police say she left her children home alone to visit a man's house. 32-year-old Stephanie Wiederholt is charged with neglect of a dependent, a level 6 felony. Officers responded to East Melrose Avenue around 11:30 p.m. on October 6 after neighbors found a 3-year-old crying outside. That's when a 10-year-old told police where their mother was. Wiederholt claims she left to get gas, but police say surveillance video shows she never went to any gas station.
All right, let's get a check on that weather. Let's talk about a change in what we've been dealing with. It was chilly out there today.
Yeah, Audrey, what about the rest of the week?
Yeah, so it's pretty like mid to like low, high 60s. It's all over the place, really. It's a lot of green. So here in Bloomington right now, it's 65, and then down in Bedford, we have 67, Brownstown 68. It's pretty average all around the board. Our overnight temperatures around 9 p.m. it's going to be 54, going to midnight 48, and then 3 a.m. if you're still awake, it's going to be 46 degrees outside. If you're going to take your cute little dog on a walk at 6 a.m., which is way too early for me, I have never awake that early, it's going to be 43. At 7, it's going to be 43 also, and then at 8 a.m. it's going back down to 42. And then coming up, we're going to be talking about the cooler temps coming this week, some chances of frost, and some weekend rain chances. Back to you guys.
Audrey, thanks. We'll check back in with you later for some more weather coming up. The Bloomington City Council has approved the city's $147 million budget, but several residents have questions about transparency. Our Nick Patel has more on the debate and what it means for the city.
Thanks, Dana. In past years, the city civil budget in Bloomington has passed unanimously. This year, however, it wasn't quite the same story. The city of Bloomington has approved its 2026 budget, but this year the vote came with tension and public disagreement. The total budget is just over $147 million, an increase of more than $4.5 million from last year, driven by rising personnel costs and investments in public safety and infrastructure. The city plans to run a $9.4 million deficit, using cash reserves to balance the books. After all adjustments, the city expects to end next year with about $26 million in reserves, roughly 40% of its operating budget. But even with strong reserves, long-term financial pressure is on the horizon. A new state law known as SEA 1 will restrict how cities can borrow money and could reduce local income tax revenue unless renewed each year. That means less flexibility and potentially delayed or canceled projects in the coming years. There are also questions about Bloomington's debt. The administration reported about $250 million in principal debt, but state data shows the total could be more than $414 million when interest and utilities are included. And while the financial details drew concern, the most significant moment of the night wasn't about numbers, it was about trust.
I'm not going to be voting in favor of this year's civil city budget because I don't feel like I can in good conscience. It's also a vote about accountability for me, and I think without real accountability, we won't see real change.
Council members Matt Flaherty and Isabel Rosenberger voted no. Both council members cited issues of transparency and accountability, saying the administration has withheld information and ignored council policy decisions. In the end, the budget passed 7-2 and will take effect January 1st. But as state law tightens finances and costs continue to rise, the city may have to navigate not just budget challenges, but strained relationships in city government as well. Council meets later this week for budget follow-ups as the city turns its attention from passing the numbers to putting them into action. Dana?
Thanks, Nick. Still ahead, a 4,000-year-old human skull was found in a river in Fayette County. We'll show you what experts are saying about this discovery.
And later, IU has the largest living alumni community in the country. Hear how it's ranked against other universities.
Plus, the Hoosier Hills Food Bank is getting creative to help fight hunger. We'll tell you how they're selling books to help Hoosiers in need. We're back in a few.
Welcome back. This weekend, Bloomington residents took to the streets of the city, protesting for a national cause.
That's right. It was a second wave of the No Kings protests, and hundreds of Bloomington residents showed up in support. Our Mike Badrov has the recap.
I'm here today at Bloomington City Hall, where one of thousands of No Kings protests is taking place across the country, an active protest against the direction of the country under the leadership of President Donald Trump. Behind me, you can see and hear a fraction of the hundreds of Bloomington residents gathered around City Square this afternoon in active support of the protests, with many more circling around in their cars, honking in support of the cause. This is the second wave of protests organized under the No Kings movement, a progressive group with the goal of protesting the political policies of U.S. President Donald Trump.
No Kings is not just a catchy name for a protest. It means something. It means that no one is above accountability, no one is entitled to rule over us, and no one gets to decide our future except for us. Nothing about us without us.
Bloomington's Saturday protest featured a diverse range of active citizens. From the youngest follower to the oldest protester, including 91-year-old IU alumni Nancy Elms.
We've got to start getting our schools, our better medical for our people. Immigration, we're all immigrants. We've got to have more understanding there. Oh, so many more things. We just got to bring America back.
While the goal of the protest was serious, the energy of the crowd was empowered, hopeful, and somewhat jovial as a sense of community spread throughout the people. And even though the protest ended on Saturday evening, the movement and its meaning still continue through its supporters.
Gives me hope, gives me real hope. It means America's still alive. Everybody's not sucked in by that orange taco pieces. So yeah, this gives me hope. I see all the young people here, and it's been worth it.
Reverend Susan Frederick Gray, a minister in Bloomington, says the responsibility remains with its supporters to stay united and stay loud.
What's happening is dangerous, and people are standing up, and the movement is growing, and we just need to keep growing it and keep saying no kings, no tyrants. We need to protect our democracy.
There is currently no official plans for the next wave of protests, but you can find more information about the movement at nokings.org online. For IUSTV News, I'm Mike Badrov.
In response to the protests, the president and vice president, J.D. Vance, posted AI memes to social media, depicting Trump in a crown.
A woman arrested at Seminary Square in Bloomington has died in police custody. Police say the 64-year-old was taken to Monroe County Jail on 3 misdemeanor warrants, 2 for criminal trespass and 1 for public nudity. While waiting to be booked, she complained of being hot. Officers performed CPR and gave her Narcan, but she died before medics arrived. The investigation is ongoing.
During homecoming weekend, thousands of IU alumni returned to Bloomington with some good news. IU now holds the title of largest living alumni base in the world. IU passed Penn State University last week for the top spot with over 805,000 graduates. This includes all 9 of the university campuses, and more than half of those alumni live right here in Indiana. The IU Foundation's president and CEO says the number is only expected to grow and shows the value of an IU degree.
If our alumni were a city in Indiana, it would be the 2nd largest city in the state. So it really just speaks to the critical mass of alumni that are here, ready to help our graduates thrive in their careers and their communities where they go after graduation.
More IU graduates are on the way. Winter commencement is set for December 19th.
A skull found earlier this year in Fayette County was recently dated to around 4,200 years old. The skull was found in June along the banks of the Whitewater River. Specialists from the University of Indianapolis and the University of Georgia worked to carbon date the skull. The skull is believed to have belonged to a member of a local Native American tribe. Listen to what state forensic anthropologist Krista Latham has to say about the discovery.
This is the first time we've used-14 dating. In the past, we've been able to say, this looks like older remains. Putting an actual number on it is what was so impactful.
State officials are currently working with local tribes to comply with state and federal law regarding Native American graves.
IU Dance Marathon held their annual Day of Hope, fundraising for a full 24 hours. Our Charlie Herman has more on the event and its impact it's making.
Cheers.
Yes, 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 yes.
Chants. And ringing bells took over Alumni Hall on October 9th for IU Dance Marathon's 9th annual Day of Hope. The 24-hour fundraising push brings IUDMers together for the biggest fundraising day of the year, all for Riley Hospital for Children. Participants rallied to spread the message of hope and celebrate the kids and families they dance for. The event was marked by a special visit from the mayor of Bloomington, Carrie Thompson, whose daughter Caroline was a Riley kid.
Healing from things that happen to kids that end up at Riley is a whole child experience, and they can't do that without you all.
The mayor honored IU Dance Marathon's efforts by proclaiming Day of Hope Day in Bloomington.
I, Carrie Thompson, Mayor of the City of Bloomington, do hereby proclaim October 9th, 2025 as Day of Hope Day in Bloomington, Indiana.
The day concluded with a record-breaking power hour where over $270,000 was raised from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Overall, IUDM raised over $804,000 on Day of Hope, shattering last year's record of $680,000. In Bloomington, Charlie Herman, IUSTV News.
And soon, the energy inside Alumni Hall will move to the Tennis Center for the 34th Annual IU Dance Marathon, happening November 6th through the 8th. IUSTV will be there bringing you live coverage of the event that brings the IU community together year after year.
Speaking of fundraising, the Hoosier Hills Food Bank is hosting its annual book fair. WU reporter Audrey Lash shows us how the fair is helping fight hunger across southern Indiana.
I'm here at Hoosier Hills Food Bank's annual book fair. There are thousands of books here, from children's books to rare collectibles. You can find pretty much anything. But this fair is more than just good reads. All of the purchases here are helping end hunger in southern Indiana.
Every October in Bloomington, the Hoosier Hills Food Bank transforms the Monroe County Fairgrounds into a book fair. The 2025 fair runs October 16th through the 21st.
Well, we're helping to feed people that need food, and that's been one of my missions. I went to get food one time when I was younger and needed it, and I have always felt the need to give back.
Each year it moves millions of pounds of food to feed people across 6 Indiana counties: Brown, Lawrence, Orange, Owen, Martin, and Monroe.
I come every year, and it's usually during fall break, and so I have my 14-year-old son's here looking for books that he can read for school. And my grandmother was a writer, and Rachel Peden, and so I have found several of her books that I get to buy this year too. So you get cheap books that you may have been on the look for several months or years, and then you're helping a great community partner that, feeds people and provides a wonderful service.
Volunteers begin months in advance, sorting, pricing, staging, to ready this book fair for lovers of all ages. Each book sold helps fund the food bank's programs.
It's proof that a good story can help write a better one right here in Bloomington. Reporting from the Monroe County Fairgrounds, I'm Audrey Lash, IUSTV.
Audrey, I'm a little disappointed in the sudden temperature drop, but you know more than us. What can we see the next week?
Yeah, so over the next week, the temperatures are kind of looking about the same, where it's mid to low 60s. I hate the cold. I already miss the summer weather. As you can see, tomorrow at 8 a.m., it's going to be 42 degrees, so you might want to tell your parents to ship your winter coat down to school because it's getting cold out. By noon, it'll be 51, and then by 5 p.m., it'll be 57 degrees and a little bit cloudy. And then looking at Thursday's highs this week, here in Bloomington, it's going to be 58 degrees, and then pretty much the same all around the board, high 50s. That is still way too cold for me. And then looking at Saturday, our game starts at noon. That means people are going to be hitting these tailgate fields 8, 9 a.m. It's going to be cold, and unfortunately, there is a 20% chance of rain as of right now, but I will keep you guys posted on that. So at noon, at the start of the game, it's going to be 51 degrees, and then going down to 4, it'll be 56, and that rain chance goes up a little bit higher, and then hitting 8 p.m., it's going to be 53 degrees. And then looking ahead at that 7-day forecast, it's going to be pretty average with mid-60s to low 50s. And I'm hoping that it warms up a little bit again. I need just one more little tease of summer.
I agree.
Thanks, Audrey. So the jackets aren't going away?
No, unfortunately not. They're just going to keep getting bigger.
I will say, I do hope the rain goes away, though, for this game on Saturday. That would be nice.
Me too, because the past, 2 home games we've had, it's been raining.
It's been good, yeah.
Yeah.
Next in sports, a ranking like never before. IU football continues on, now 7-0 in the season. Josh has a recap in sports when we come back. Stay right here with us.
Indiana has been on top of the nation when it comes to sports. From the Colts sitting atop the AFC, the Hoosiers football running undefeated to second on the AP poll. I'm Joshua Summers, and I've got the recap. We are back with Indiana football as they stay perfect in their 2025 season as they beat Michigan State this past homecoming weekend. With that win, Kurt Cignetti has led the Hoosiers to back-to-back 7-0 records for the first time in program history. For his success, Coach Cignetti was offered and accepted an 8-year, $93 million contract extension, which he signed last Thursday. The team moves on to play UCLA this Saturday at Memorial Stadium. The kickoff is at noon. After finishing with a 15-15 record last year, IU women's volleyball stands at 15-3 following a win against Ohio State on Sunday. The team is currently ranked 14th according to the NCAA Division I women's volleyball in-season rankings. Senior Avery Tatum, who has been with the team since her sophomore year, earned her 1,000th collegiate kill. She is only the second Hoosier to reach that milestone. The NBA is back. The season opens this Thursday in Indianapolis with a game between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder, a rematch from the NBA Finals last year. The Pacers are without all-star point guard Tyrese Halliburton this season as he ruptured his Achilles in Game 7 of the Finals. This is also the first time the Pacers have not had big man Miles Turner since 2015, as he signed a 4-year, $107 million deal with the Milwaukee Bucks in the offseason. And for the latest things IU sports, be sure to tune in each week to Hoosier Sports Night. You can catch it Thursdays on IUSTV. That's all for sports. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Josh. Let's get one last check of that 7-day forecast.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty cold. Our lowest temperature is Thursday, and the low is 33 degrees. So, yeah, expect some frost, and hopefully that's all. I'm not ready for snow yet at all. We might get, the highest it's probably going to get is 65, which was today. Other than that, it's just going down, so.
That's typical late October weather, unfortunately, but thank you, Audrey, and thank you guys for watching IUSTV News.
For updates between newscasts, check out IUSUTV.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. We're back here next week. See you then.